The virus to others is very, very low if you're both been fully vaccinated and out in the open air. The bottom line is clear. If you're vaccinated, you can do more things more safely, both outdoors as well as indoors.
As the Biden administration gives new guidance on wearing masks outside, a handful of states are easing their requirements. My next guest has taken action in his state, saying that the focus must now be on recovery. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee joins us now. Governor, you never put in a mask mandate, as I understand, but going forward, what are you asking businesses in your state to do?
Hey, good morning, Dana. Thanks for having me on. It's time for us to move on. I think we don't have a crisis anymore. It's a new season, and we need to make steps toward that new season. We need to actually start living in that new season. One of those things, one of the ways that we can do that is acknowledging that, look, if you have a vaccine or you've had access to a vaccine and you've had the opportunity to be vaccinated, then we should not be requiring people to wear masks anymore. If you've been vaccinated, you're safe, you're protected.
In the vaccination,
we need to go ahead.
I was going to say the vaccination rate. I just wanted to show everybody that the vaccination rate there in Tennessee, doses distributed 5.4 million, administered 2.3, fully vaccinated 23.3 million, as I understand it. So right about in line with national projections. Are you seeing any slowdown in the willingness of people to try to get a vaccine?
Oh yeah, we've had a slowdown, as most states have seen, but for a month now. Every Tennessean 16 and over has been eligible, and we have walk-up vaccine availability everywhere. So where we are is that people have had access to this protection. You know, that's what masks are, they're protection. But now we have vaccine as a protection. Vaccine changes everything. And so we need to change everything as well. We need to move forward. So I've asked our city mayors in the remaining places in Tennessee that have a mask mandate and any limited business restrictions to remove those restrictions by Memorial Day.
Do you think that some of those businesses are concerned about liability?
Well, in Tennessee, we passed liability reform legislation last August to make sure that our businesses are not held liable for infections to COVID-19. So we took care of that problem last year. Businesses are not liable, and that's why we need to we need to have concerts and conventions and parties.
Yeah, let me ask you about that. Nashville is one of my very favorite places to go. We're showing video right now of Broadway. And what would it be? Tell us, what would it be like for a tourist to come to Nashville right now?
Well, we're open. Our bars are back open. Our restaurants are back open. The mayor of Nashville has now announced that there will be no further restrictions on any businesses in our community, and I'm grateful for that. We had conversation about that, and he made that decision. So Tennessee is wide open. We're open for moving forward and open for business. What we need to do now is just finish the mask mandates, and we think that's coming off soon.
And are you, I don't know if you saw that Governor Justice of West Virginia, one of the things he was doing to get young people to get vaccinated is offering them a $100 savings bond as an incentive. As you know, as you said, it's slowing. Is that something that you think other governors should think about?
Well, I think the primary obligation that we have is just to make it available. People need to make a personal choice about vaccines, and they will. But once we've made it available and people have the option, then it's time to get back to normal.
Tonight, President Biden will give his first joint session of Congress speech. Is there something that you in particular, as a Republican governor there, with the citizens of your state, that you would like to hear?
Well, I hope that he does remind America that we're in a new season. I hope that he reminds us of the crisis that we have at the border and how desperately we need to address that situation. I hope he speaks a little bit about the unemployment issues and the disparity that we have between the mass number of jobs available and those that are not working, and how we're going to resolve that. Those are a few of the things that I hope he talks about tonight.
All right. Well, we'll be watching along with you. We appreciate your time, Governor, and I'll get back to Nashville soon.
I'm waiting on you. You get back. We're open now, so come on.
Okay,
All
thanks.
right, okay. Just keep the bars open, right? Right, Dana?
I love it. There's a place there called the Listening Room.
Yeah.
And it's the singer-songwriters. They tell the stories, and the owner is, I believe it's Chris. These are great people. If you're going to Nashville, get reservations. Go to the Listening
I remember
Room.
you went down there with the 5, right? You guys like hung out all night. Everybody was hung over the next day when you're on the air.
Excuse
I
me?
do believe 4 of the 5
Excuse
might
me?
have been.
Jesse Waters and I were celebrity waiters that night.
I said 4 of the 5.
Let me just tell you something. Jesse Waters did nothing in terms of the waiting part. He just went around and he was eating off of people's plates. All the women fawning all over him. Meanwhile, I got plates stacked up. I'm like doing all the work. Jesse just sat there. But I love him.
I love him. That's Jesse, right?